Police in Orange made a horrific discovery Monday night when they looked in the backseat of one of their cruisers and saw what was believed to be fentanyl. Good Thursday evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Pisano.
And I'm Beth Ward. Exposure to the dangerous drug can be deadly. A Hazmat team was immediately called in. Western Mass News reporter Lindsay Kane is live in the studio with more. Lindsay?
Chris and Beth, the chief of police in Orange, says officers searched a woman who was under arrest for shoplifting at Walmart. That's when they found fentanyl on her and confiscated it. But he says they learned she still had drugs hidden on her, which she ingested in the back seat of the cruiser on the way to Franklin County Jail.
It's more powerful than heroin.
Fentanyl is a synthetic opioid that is 80 to 100 times stronger than morphine. Reaction to exposure can be quick and sometimes deadly, which is why officers at the Orange Police Department were horrified to see the powdered substance in the back seat of their cruiser left behind by a suspect they had arrested Monday night.
It can get anywhere. Once it's airborne is when it's dangerous. Anybody else that's in that cruiser for any reason, if they were to ingest that stuff somehow, or it gets airborne because the window's open, it could affect them. Not to mention the officer driving the cruiser the next day. You know, if it gets airborne, he's inhaling it, then it's a concern.
Orange Police Chief James Sullivan tells Western Mass News that he had to pay for a biohazard team to decontaminate the cruiser on Tuesday morning, an expensive bill he is still waiting to see. But he says it's a price he needed to pay in order to keep the community safe.
We have to take these precautions because we have so many different people in our cruisers, you know, from someone that needs to stay warm, to someone needs a ride, to someone's loose pet that we find walking the street. You know, they put them in the back seat so we can contain them. And a dog could get into that stuff and it could cause big problems for them.
There were no injuries reported and no officers were treated for exposure to the drug, but Chief Sullivan says this is a reminder about the opioid issue.
We have the issues out here that the cities have. They're just on a smaller scale. And they affect us just as profoundly as they affect them. We still have areas in this town where neighbors are still having big issues with houses around them with this type of traffic going on.
But Monday's discovery, he said, could have been prevented.
Someone that has a drug issue doesn't realize that they're putting a lot of other people in danger by doing these things in the back of our cruiser, by having this stuff on them. If they're just honest with us so we can remove it from them, package it safely.
We've reached out to the Northwestern District Attorney's Office for more on the protocol in the state for dealing with fentanyl, but are still waiting to hear back. In studio, Lindsay Kane, Western Mass News.